And it's me again. I'm back with an absolutely massive book haul, so I'm just going to get started. First book I got was That Summer by Sarah Dessen, and I'll just read the back to you. For 15-year-old Haven, this is a summer where everything changes. Dad is remarrying, her sister Ashley is planning a wedding of her own. They're both moving on, but Haven is lost in memories of a time when life was happy and her family was whole. And then Ashley's ex, the charming and funny Sumner Lee, arrives in town. He reminds Haven of carefree days gone by, and she can't help but wonder, has fate brought this person back from her past to change her future? I love Sarah Dessen books, so hopefully I'm going to love this one as well. Next one I got was another Sarah Dessen book, Someone Like You. I'll read the back to this to you as well. Hallie and Scarlett have been best friends for years, balancing each other perfectly. Scarlett's the popular one, Hallie's the dependable, quiet sidekick. Then Scarlett's boyfriend is killed in a motorbike accident, just before she discovers she is pregnant with his child. For the first time, Scarlett is the vulnerable one. She really needs Hallie, but Hallie has troubles of her own, and their friendship begins to bend under the weight of it all. It's a bond too strong to break through, isn't it? And this sounds really good as well, and I love Sarah Dessen books, so hopefully I'll like this one as well. And the next one I got was another Sarah Dessen book, because I found these all in the same charity shop, so I picked them up. Ruby Cooper likes to expect the worst. That way she's never disappointed. Abandoned by her mother and forced to leave the house, she calls home. Ruby is facing too many changes. Her world has been transformed into a life of luxury by her long-lost sister, but all Ruby wants to do is leave. She can make it on her own. Even Nate, the gorgeous boy next door, can't seem to change her mind. Will Ruby realise first impressions don't always count, and that sometimes people can surprise you, so it's okay to let the closest ones in. And that sounds really good as well, and I can't wait to get into them. The next book I got was Inkspell by Cornelia Funk, which is the second book in the Inkheart trilogy. And I was watching Inkheart last night, and I decided that I was going to go and buy the Inkheart trilogy because I really, really liked the movie, and I'm expecting the book to be so much better. And then when I was in the charity shop, I saw the second one, and it's in like absolutely perfect condition, basically, apart from a couple of marks on the side. But I thought, why not? And then I got the second one. I just got two others to buy. The next four books I got were books 2 to 5 in the Percy Jackson series, so all bar the first one because I already have it. So we have Sea of Monsters, Titan's Curse, Battle of the Labyrinth, and The Last Olympian. I already read the series and I had the first one, but I decided to buy them when I saw them because I don't usually see them that often, and I really, really did enjoy them, so have them and then I can reread them again whenever I feel like it. Next book I got was Numbers by Rachel Ward, and I'll read the back of this to you because it sounds really, really good. Since the day her mother died, Jem has known about the numbers. When she looks in someone's eyes, she can see the date they will die. Life is hard until she meets a boy called Spider. Suddenly her world seems brighter. But on a trip to London, Jem foresees a chain of events that will shatter their lives forever. And this book sounds amazing. It sounds like the kind of book I'm into, like suspense and you just don't know what's going to happen. I think I'm going to get really, really roped into this book, so I can't wait until I get to read it. The next book I got was The Beach by Alex Garland, which I think was changed into a movie, and it's got Leonardo DiCaprio on it, I think. I'll read it back to you anyways. Richard travels to East Asia in search of an earthly utopia. In Thailand, he finds a map promising hidden beaches, clear water and beautiful people, but what Richard discovers there changes him, and soon his personal haven has become a terrible hell. Yeah, I think this is I've seen the movie of this book with Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm positive it's this, and I really did enjoy the movie, so I thought I'd pick up the book, and I'm really hoping that this is the book, so looking forward to reading it. The next 5 books I got were the first 5 books in the Theookie Stackhouses series by Charlene Harris. So we have Dead Until Dark, Living Dead in Dallas, Club Dead, Dead's the World, and Dead's the Doornail. This series is also known as True Blood series because of the TV programme of it. I haven't seen the TV programme because I want to read the books first, and this is me just getting around to buying them. So hopefully I'll be reading them sometime soon, and then I can watch the TV programme. Now, the next couple of books I got are from the library, so let's get started. First book I got was Underworld by Meg Cabot, which is the follow-up to Abandon, and I absolutely adored the first book, and I couldn't wait to get my hands on this book, so I reserved it, and I am the first person to get it out. So I'm going to try and keep it in really good condition and not get any marks or anything on it because it's brand new. The next book I got at the library was Shades of Grey by Jasper Fforde, and I've seen a review on this on YouTube and it sounded really good, so I'll read the back to you and you can decide for yourselves. Hundreds of years in the future, the world is an alarmingly different place. Life is lived according to the rulebook and social hierarchy is determined by your perception of colour. Eddie Russet is an above average red who dreams of moving up the ladder until he is sent to the outer fringes where he meets Jane, a lowly grey with an uncontrollable temper and a desire to see him killed. For Eddie, it's love at first sight, but his infatuation will lead him to discover that all is not as it seems in a world where everything that looks black and white is really shades of grey. It's like a sort of it's a dystopian, like, adult novel, I think. I'm not too sure, but it sounds really, really, really good and I can't wait to read it. Next book I got this one out today, and it's Berserk by Michael Gran. And I started reading Gone the other day and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm not too far into it, but I'm really enjoying it, and I thought I'd pick up his other book. So I'll read the back to you as well. A global war is raging. You can't see it. It's happening inside you and it changes everything. You've already crossed the line. You're in, and there's no out for either of you. Sadie McClure wants to find her family's killers. Noah Cotton needs to know what drove his brother insane. Their search for answers will throw them into the astonishing world of the nano, where biots and nanobots battle for supremacy, and the Twitchers who can't control it all fight to stay sane. It's a fight for free choice. Every day could be their last. They've never felt more alive. This sounds like a really good action book and I can't wait to read it. Next book I got out for this month because it's a ghost story, and it's The Small Hand by Susan Hill, who is the author of The Woman in Black, which I haven't read yet, but I did see the film and the film was okay, but I want to read the book as well because the book's supposed to be really scary. Okay, I'll read the insides back to you this because it sounds quite creepy as well. Late one summer's evening, antiquarian bookseller Adam Snow is returning from a client visit when he takes a wrong turn. He stumbles across a derelict Edwardian house and, compelled by curiosity, approaches the door. Standing before the entrance, he feels the unmistakable sensation of a small cold hand creeping into his own, as if a child had taken hold of it. At first he is merely puzzled by the odd incident, but then begins to suffer attacks of fear and panic and to be visited by nightmares. He is determined to learn more about the house and its once magnificent, now overgrown garden, but when he does so, and while travelling in search of a rare book, he receives further, increasingly sinister visits from the Small Hand. It sounds like a really good ghost story to read at this time of the year, and I can't wait to get into it because it won't take me that long to read anyways, because it's only 167 pages, so I should be done that in a couple of hours. The next book I got out was The Decoration by Gemma Malley, and my friend read this a couple of years ago and I just never did get around to reading it, but I finally got around to borrowing it out the library and I decided that I was going to read it because I read the inside flap and it sounded really good, so I'm going to read the inside flap to you and maybe you'll like it as well. Anna keeps a secret diary in a pink journal. She hides it away every night because she doesn't want to get into trouble for breaking the rules. Life at Grange Hall is governed by rules. Rules that have to be learnt in order to make up for breaking the biggest rule of all. Anna knows she has to be grateful for her place at Grange Hall because her parents were irresponsible when they had her. They broke the rule about not having children, and now Anna must repay society for their selfish act. She must learn to be a valuable asset. Then one day, Peter arrives and starts to tell Anna shocking things about her parents and the Declaration and life outside Grange Hall. Soon, Anna is wondering about everything that she has learnt to believe. And this sounds like a really good, I think it's dystopian as well, maybe, or maybe it's not, I'm not too sure, but it sounds really good and I can't wait to read this one. And the last book I got from the library was Uglies by Scott Westerfeld. Finally, because I've been waiting on this book coming for ages, because the person who borrowed it before me was late in returning it, so I had to wait like in a week or two for me to bother to return the book. I read the back to you, but I know a lot of people have already read it, but I haven't got to it yet, so maybe you haven't got to it yet, and I'll read the back to you so you know what it's about. Tally can't wait to turn 16 and become pretty. 16 is the magic number that brings a transformation from a repellent ugly into a stunningly attractive pretty and catapults you into a high-tech paradise where your only job is to have a really great time. In just a few weeks, Tally will be there. But Tally's new friend Shay isn't sure she wants to be pretty. She'd rather risk life on the outside. When she runs away, Tally learns about a whole new side of the pretty world, and it isn't very pretty. The authorities offer Tally the worst choice she can imagine: find her friend and turn her in, or never turn pretty at all. The choice Tally makes changed her world forever. This book sounds amazing. I'm so happy that I finally have it, and I can't wait to read it because it sounds amazing. Right, so right now I'm currently reading Gone by Michael Grant, and I am 137 pages into it, and I'm on chapter 14, and I'm using a Harry Potter card as a bookmark because I don't know where my bookmarks are, so I've just been using these. I'm also reading Iris and Blood, but I don't have that anywhere near me and I don't really know where it is. I think I'm on like page 30 or something. Not really that far into it because I'm not really liking the first couple of chapters, but hopefully it'll pick up. So if you've read any of these books, or you're planning on reading any of these books, let me know in the comments below and let me know what you think of them if you have read them, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys!